Today I'm going to be talking about how sensory stimulation correlates with dementia. As many people may already know, dementia is the process of cognitive decline that affects a person's ability to cope and adjust with their environment, interact with others, and meet their own needs. This cognitive decline specifically causes issues with thinking, perception, reasoning, and their ability to remember. In addition to the things that have already been mentioned, this condition can negatively impact one's mood, behavior, and their ability to participate in daily activities or activities they really enjoy doing. So people with dementia, especially those within the later stage of dementia, are limited in their ability to access appropriate sensory enrichment through meaningful activities. As people age, they can experience reduced acuity of vision, hearing, taste, and smell, which can lead to sensory deprivation. Sensory deprivation, enhancing experiences and activities can cause feelings of isolation, frustration, boredom, and unhappiness. Sensory stimulation is a great way to address a person's needs by incorporating activities that promote feelings of purpose. So finding ways to keep an individual with dementia engaged and also enables them to remain active and supports them in maintaining everyday skills for a longer period of time. Sensory stimulation is required for people to understand the world around them. Sensory stimulation is an approach that aims to reach an individual with dementia through sensory channels that are still intact. This includes the primary senses of vision, taste, smell, hearing, and movement. Using these senses to interact with their environment requires using less higher cognitive function. Sensory stimulation is a great way for seniors with dementia to explore their environment in a safe, enjoyable, meaningful, and engaging way. Sensory experiences can be used throughout one's daily routine and through a sensory-enhanced environment. Benefits of sensory stimulation include improved mood and behavior. It promotes alertness, increases brain function, improves communication, and boosts self-esteem and well-being. There are several senses that are stimulated at a given time, which is another reason that sensory stimulation is great for individuals with dementia. For example, if a loved one is outside helping with flowers, senses of touch, vision, smell, movement, and hearing are all stimulated. For instance, if they're outside, they might be able to hear the birds, they might be able to smell the flowers, they can see all the different colors of the flowers and the trees around them, and they might be moving to try and help plant the flowers, even if it is just simple movement. So when you are providing sensory stimulation, it's important to take into account that there is an appropriate amount of stimulation. Because if there's too much stimulation, it could lead to somebody feeling overwhelmed. And if there's too little stimulation, it could lead to somebody feeling just bored and unhappy. So they might lose interest in things that are around them. So the right level of stimulation just helps relieve stress and boredom. So an individual may need help to engage in these activities that provide sensory stimulation, especially in the middle and late stages of dementia. And that's something that caregivers need to take into consideration before trying to engage their loved ones in sensory activities. Try to focus on incorporating at least one sense at a time just to avoid overwhelming an individual. Once you can sense that an individual is okay and they are comfortable with the activity that they're engaging in, it's okay to provide another input of sensory stimulation. So combining 2 or more senses during an activity is considered as multisensory activities. I'm going to be discussing a few examples of multisensory activities Again, multisensory activities are just combining 2 or more senses at a given time. So one example of a multisensory activity would be something like painting nails and then having a conversation with the individual. Painting nails includes just the sense of vision with the different colors. Having a conversation will help engage the individual in conversation and make sure that they're attending to what you're saying. And this is something that can be included at any of the stages of dementia because it's a simpler activity. Another example of a multisensory activity would be like drawing and listening to their favorite music. So this could be music from the past or just even sounds that are more calming to them. And this is another activity that provides that visual stimulation and even just light movement because they have to think about like the colored pencil and what parts of a coloring page, for instance, they might want to start coloring. And then it's also just mentally stimulating. So that's a great way to kind of come up with an activity. And then the calming music in the background is just something that is more relaxing for them. And then the last multisensory activity I wanted to discuss was something that's a little bit more relaxing and also an easier activity that could be done at any stage of dementia. And this could just be curling up and watching some TV and then also using their favorite cozy blankets. Just watching their favorite television show or something that they used to watch all the time is kind of comforting, and then also having the soft texture from the blanket makes the activity a little bit more comfortable for them.